Happy Halloween, and of course, happy Shintober 2025. Let's take a closer look at Shin Godzilla 4th Form Frozen version. Let's start looking at the detail and paint on this figure. The head sculpt, we're going to kind of sweep through a lot of this stuff because this is the 5th review of this sculpt on the channel. I just mainly want to talk about what's different on this. And mainly, obviously, it's the paint job. And I think this paint job, although admittingly messy, and definitely not screen accurate, looks awesome. I like that he looks like a horror icon. Not that that was the purpose. He looks scary, haunting, ghastly, and ghostly, and it just brings out all the details on the sculpt. Although this figure is from 2018, it still is such a fun look at this Shin sculpt to the date, I love the Shin sculpt, the MonsterArts Shin sculpt, and I love the way that this figure looks. The dorsal plates honestly are some of my favorites on this. I just like they look like bone. They look even more unnatural, and it's just awesome. The tail is probably the spot where the paint gets the worst. You can kind of see here, like down what would be the dorsal plates. It does get messy. We're not going to deny that. Once again, I do like it though. I think it fits for what this figure kind of is. And the tail tip, the new tail tip, is very, very nice. I am a little confused why there's flesh color in there. I don't remember seeing that on the actual sculpture of this, but it does make it look like it's glowing, and that in and of itself is kind of scary, quote unquote. It's just an awesome looking figure. I love having this just on the shelf and staring at it. Okay? It's pretty. What do you want me to say? Now for articulation, we've been through articulation 1,000 times with this figure. Like I said, five times. This is the 5th time I've reviewed this sculpt, this figure, this mold, and there's still some problems with it, even up to this date. The fact that the head can't look up without just the top jaw moving is bad. Now I will say on this figure, the shoulders and the arms are the most pliable that out of the releases that I own, even compared to the ortho. The arms on this one are great. So it's the QC at the time, even compared to the current release with ortho, is interesting to see how they're very close and yet still different. And I think that proves that Tamashii has been consistently trying to make the QC, especially on these Shin figures, better. We'll see when the Awakening movie graphic comes out here in 4 months, February. But the one thing that figure better not have that this figure definitely has, loose tail. This thing flopping all over the place. It articulates nicely, but it can't hold a damn pose. Here's some size comparisons as I explain my final thoughts. I really like the Frozen version. I realize this review is really quick, but once again, this is my 5th time with this mold. It feels weird to make a long review for something that I've done. And you guys know, I'm going to say I love it because honestly, I'm Shin biased and I'm MonsterArts Shin biased. I'll admit it. I don't care. I like this figure. I like the sculpt. There are things that I would like to be improved. But if you can find this on the aftermarket for a reasonable deal, I would say no more than $250. Go for it. You won't be disappointed. Maybe. As long as you can get around some of the timeless QC issues that this figure's had. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting Shintober 2025. Happy Halloween, and I'll see ya in the next video. Bye, everyone.